Hey guys, how you doing? So, we're here for another almost personal read. Spirit has it going. So, pre-shuffle message. Someone is throwing their demons in the fireplace and lit the match. It's close to the right time. The dawn is coming. Someone is realizing if they chose something, they can also unchoose something. That martyrdom is enslavement, a prison, a cage our demons keep us in when we feel unworthy of love and honor. A curse is breaking, and a wish is being granted, possibly more than one. There is this stress to establish serious boundaries, specific boundaries, and a possible reunion. I was getting peace at last, and let me learn how to love you. But I was also getting this inkling feeling of beware though, okay? Because this person, whoever they are, may have been deep into narcissism at one point, and they're actively working on being better, okay? They are actively working on being better. The thing is, old behaviors and old patterns die hard. So without the strict boundaries, the very specific boundaries and follow through, like if you do this, then this I can accept, this I will not tolerate, this is the expectation. Like it would have to be real specific. And then if for whatever reason that is broken, those boundaries are broken, you would have to follow through and walk, right? Or move forward and not continue to give chances after that. Like there's going to have to be a very solid and firm understanding that this is a one-shot deal, and if you blow the shot, it's blown. Like there is no more shots after this. It is what it is. So you either are going to glow up or fade away. You know what I mean? Hey Kelly, hey Rita, how y'all doing? So very specific pre-shuffle message. I have my hand-drawn cards, my What's the Vibe deck, my Icarus Tarot, my Harrow, and then I've got the Tarot of the Abyss and the Tarot of the Unknown, because I do feel like we're diving into someone's energy and their shadows and kind of where they're at right now. So I'm also going to do the pendulum at the end. I'm going to ask 5 questions. So as we do the reading, if the questions come to mind, write them down. Don't change the questions. Accept that if the question came to you, it's because you need that answer to move forward. Okay, I'm going to use my Archangel Michael pendulum at the end before we get into the guidance, okay, to see where you need to move from there. All right. So starting, let's start with the Icarus Tarot. Spirit peace. What do we need to know? What does our viewer need to know about the energy of this read? What is important to them and their highest good to understand and know at this divine time that they catch the message? We got the Fool and we got the World. So Alpha and Omega. Something is definitely coming full cycle. Someone is smelling the roses, right? They're smelling the flowers. The Smell the Roses card came out last night. But their snakes, their demons aren't far behind, right? With that Fool card there. Their demons are still very present. The healing is still trying to drag them back in, right? Healing versus healed. And we have some definite like Kuan Yin kind of energy, right? Mother of mercy and compassion. Kuan Yin is the goddess that decided that even though she could ascend, she would rather wait for every single human to ascend before she did, and would work with them and hear their cries for help and be of aid and service so that everybody could ascend together. And I feel like whoever this individual is, they are smelling the roses. They are attempting to leave their demons behind them, and they're praying for mercy, right? They're praying for mercy, and the prayer is being heard. What's the vibe? Yeah, Strength card is on the bottom of that deck, by the way. What's the vibe, please, Spirit, for this energy? Give us some insight. What's the vibe for this energy? What is in our highest good to know? What is in our highest good to know at this divine time? Wishful thinking, second chance, deja vu, nostalgia. Glow up, right? New opportunities, new career, successful business. So someone is definitely looking to improve. Intimacy, mutual respect, unity, and closeness. Vacay, getaway, relax, and have fun, and harmony. This person, wherever their head is at, it is in the right place. It is. Okay. They are connection oriented. They are looking to improve. They do want life that is more relaxing and peaceful and enjoyable. I'm not saying they don't want to work at all, but they want to be able to enjoy life, moments of intimacy. They want a new opportunity and a second chance. My heart's beating so hard. They want peace. They want happiness. That's what they want to create. Bottom of the deck is daydreaming, right? Their head's in the clouds, hopes and dreams. They're wondering if this is a delusion, but they're in the right space. They're in the right space. I honestly gotta say, I do like the way it feels. I'm picking up on like their uncertainty, their wonder, but I do like where their head is at. I like where their heart's at when they're in this kind of thought process, because they feel good when they're inside this thought process. What's going on outside of that is a different story, but I feel like where they're at when they think of you, it's the right feelings. It's the right feelings. They want to be held. They want to be held and actually feel the love inside that. The embrace of it. They want to feel your energy around them. Literally. They want to hold you and know it's okay. Know that it's okay. That they're working on themselves and that they didn't screw it up so bad that you would look at them with hate forever. They feel like they're hated. And they don't want to be hated. They want to love. They want to love. What do we need to know about this person? What is going on, please, Spirit? Bottom of the deck is the unicorn. Continued synchronicity all week. The unicorn is chaotic good energy, very generous energy, very healing energy. I'm hearing, I'll take whatever you give me. I'll take whatever you give me. We got the Queen Mother and the big sky. I feel like this is something they're breaking free from. I feel like the Queen Mother is something they're breaking free from. The Queen Mother is lawful, neutral. It's knowledge personified. The Formian knows all, but does not reveal anything to anyone who does not show her proper worship. She is fond of the powerless and the underclasses, for they serve her when the more powerful refuse. She represents the need to become part of a society or to bow before those who know more than you. So this is someone who enslaves people of lower vibration than her. And she refuses, right, to accept less than what she wants. If other people above her won't serve her, that's fine, because there's plenty of energy below her for her to use. And the energy is important or relevant when you feel the need to be accepted by society. Because she's also doing the same thing. She wants to be seen as powerful. She wants to be seen as important. She wants to be seen as someone who matters. And she does. This person is smart, even if they're not like educated smart. They're what you would call street smart, a survivalist. They're fucking smart. And they know how to work multiple people at the same time. They know how to work multiple people at the same time is what I'm getting. So they might have multiple people serving them in some way. This could be someone, right? The Queen Mother. It could be someone who has more than one co-parent to their children, right? If they have multiple children. They have, I'm just getting different avenues, right, of benefit. Doesn't have to be a female, but more than one avenue of benefit. The big sky is the second card. The big sky is chaotic good. It shows an epic moment as the slaves of a nation are freed. The slave's freedom specifies momentous and powerful change as the old shackles are cast off in the light of day. This is someone realizing they are not a prisoner to the Queen Mother, right? They do not have to feed this individual's benefit. They do not have to feed this person's demands or requests. They don't have to be inside the shadows or the caves or the tunnels, right, of life. They can break the surface. Because I feel like the Queen Mother She's not actually going to be at a detriment if one of her peons stops serving her. She has other avenues of bringing in help or support that she would utilize. I mean, obviously she would make you feel foolish, like, you know, don't you want purpose? Don't you want a purpose? Isn't serving me the purpose you asked for because you had no purpose? You felt worthless, right? She feeds off of this energy where people feel like they have no purpose, and so they decide to serve her in order to achieve a sense of purpose because they feel useless otherwise. She feeds off that low vibration. Oh, you don't want me to be your purpose anymore? Good luck out in the world being lost without a purpose. And it's like, I would rather be lost with no purpose than have you as my purpose. I would rather go find out what my purpose is. Because this is like serving the Queen Mother. It's mindless. It's duty with no love, right? The Queen likes being served, but it's not like she's out there giving love energy to the people that are benefiting them. And someone's realizing they can choose something else, and that the Queen Mother will be fine without them. She'll figure it out, right? Whoever the Queen Mother represents. Give me some more insight into this, please. Give me some more insight into this, please. What is going on? There could be addictions at work here, or addictions involved. What is going on, please, Spirit? Ooh, the Dark Knight. Okay. So like I said, it's almost time. That was coming up in the pre-shuffle. Almost time. Almost the dawn. It's still the Dark Knight. So this person is still dealing with this. Huh. Okay. So that message just came through clear. All right. So this person has a dream to get on the other side of that wall, right? To where the light is, to where the rainbow is, to where the treasure is. They have this dream. So they're going to blow up the wall. They're going to blow up the wall. They're going to blow up the wall. They want to get out of wherever they are to get to wherever you are. Because I'm hearing even your breadcrumbs are sweeter than anything the Queen Mother or anybody else has ever served them. Even your breadcrumbs are sweeter. Even your breadcrumbs are sweeter. Interesting. They want the wall to come down between y'all so bad. What does this look like? Let's get into the Tower of the Abyss. Let's get into the Tower. What is going on, please, Spirit? What does this look like? What does this look like? What is in our highest good to know? What is going on? What is going on? In this situation? What is going on in this situation? Queen of Pentacles, Five of Swords, Ace of Cups reversed, Six of Cups, one of the Three of Swords in this deck, and the Fool. The Fool is out twice now. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles. Top is the Nine of Swords. Let's get some clarities on this, please. Let's get some clarities on this, please, Spirit. What do we need to know about this? What do we need to know about this? Seven of Cups on the Queen of Pentacles. The Moon on the Five of Swords. The Queen of Swords is on the Ace of Cups reversed. Three of Cups on the Six of Cups. Two of Pentacles on the Three of Swords, and the Two of Swords with the Nine of Swords on the Fool. King of Wands is on the bottom. And Justice is on top. Oh, you're welcome, Bridget. You're welcome. Okay. I've got Aries energy, I've got Pisces energy, I've got Libra energy. And heavy air. Heavy air, heavy water. Could be a big part of their big three. I feel like someone is starting to see and desire. Someone is starting to visualize what justice would look like, what fair would look like. I feel as if someone, I'm almost getting, it's like they're, imagine someone who's buried their heart, right? Imagine someone who's buried their heart. 6 feet under, concrete and barbed wire, lock their heart away. And it's almost like they're watching themselves unearth it. They're watching themselves break it out of the box. And it's almost as if they're like disassociated from their body. Like they can't even control the fact that they're taking it out. They can see what they're doing. And a part of them is freaking out a little bit, but they're not stopping the action of taking their heart up out of the ground. And they're confused because they don't know what the hell they're going to do with it. It's been buried for so long. But they're taking it out regardless. And they're looking at this individual, right? The butterfly in the glass jar. Watching them, right, and all their beauty just slowly die inside the jar. Someone's mind, right, whoever the smart person is, right, the queen mother is watching the butterfly slowly die, and they're smiling like they don't care. That's some malicious that's some fucked up shit. right? That's someone who has mental problems. Enjoying the suffering, watching someone who loves them suffer. It comes from seriously deep-rooted wounds, childhood wounds around the mother. They haven't looked in their mirror in a while. And at some point, I feel like this person could relate because, like I said, I was getting this vibe that this person is a narcissist or was a narcissist who's going through a serious breaking, right? They're going through a serious breaking and actively choosing to want to be better and do better and get out of this wounded cycle where whoever they're involved with is still very much inside that cycle and takes pleasure in the pain of people who love them. The Ace of Cups reversed with the Queen of Axes. I feel like the love is gone. Whoever this individual is tied into the Queen Mother, if there was love there at any point, it's gone. Six of Cups with the Three of Cups. I feel like this soulmate that they were with is most definitely a third energy or karmic energy. And they want to be able to enjoy life with the person from their past, right? This is who they're looking back towards. Past the ugly that they've put in between them, right? They're looking past where they're at to a person before, and that's what they're bringing their heart out of the ground for. Their feminine energy was so wounded with whoever the Queen Mother is. That very controlling, serve me, I don't give about you energy. Their heart was so broken, it's flown. But now they don't know how to make the ideal real, right? Because the ideal is the person from the past. That's the ideal. They don't know how to get that back, though, right? They're kind of juggling it with the Two of Pentacles. And they don't know if that past person's heart has left for good. You know, if the pain that they caused was so great that the love is gone completely and they can't be loved again. They're wondering, they have a lot of questions. They have a lot of questions. I will say this, if you have questions, the best thing you can do is ask them. The best thing you can do is ask them. You know, like, it doesn't hurt to ask. You're not cheating when you ask. You know, like, you have to kind of accept that this is where you are and you're figuring things out, and the only answers you can get can come from certain places. If you're confused, right, Seven of Cups, and you're going through all of these things, like, sometimes the best things you can do is just ask. But they're torn, right? The Fool wants to take that leap of faith. The Fool wants to take the leap of faith. The Heart Space wants to take the leap. But they're at a serious crossroads and they're like, please help me, because they know wherever they're at, they're putting themselves in the grave. They're putting themselves in the grave. It's going to be the death of them. It's going to be the death of them. They know that. Divine confirmation, if you're watching this, knowing you're the person I'm talking about. You know wherever you are with the Queen Mother, it's going to kill you, and they ain't going to care. They ain't going to care, because like I said, you're replaceable. They'll figure it out. If you were to pass away tomorrow, they would figure it out. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but it's true. Like, they would figure it out. They would have to, and they would. It's no different. Choosing to walk away from a martyring situation where you're enslaved to your demons with this person who doesn't care about you. Sometimes you just have to blow the wall up, right? Sometimes you just have to blow the wall up and go after what it is that you want, because they'll live. They'll live. They live through everything else. They'll live. Because if you don't get out of the situation with this person, and you can't go after your dream or ask the questions, you would be praying for death. You'd be praying not to wake up in the morning so that you don't have to do this shit anymore. I know, I've been there. Living with my parents, I was in a rough spot. You want to talk about the queen mother? That was my mother. That was my mother. Didn't give a fuck about anybody, but would take from anybody who would give to her in the lower energy. Oh, the higher energies don't want to be bothered with her because she's obviously low energy herself. That's fine. There's energy lower than hers, and she'll enslave it. She'll enslave it. It was either bust the fuck out, blow up the wall, or pray for death every day and be disappointed when you woke up. Like, that's kind of where this person is. They got to blow up the wall. They got to break out. Their head's in the right space with whoever they're thinking about. The wishful thinking, the glow up, the intimacy, the getting away, the harmony, like they're in the right place mentally. They know what they want. It's just a matter of getting over the fears, right? That death is the only way out. It's not the only way out. There's something called communication and overcoming fear, right? And I think that's what this person is kind of needing to do, because that's the crossroads they're at. I think they're way too in their head, and it's why their heart is being unearthed, because they need to listen to their heart space. They need to listen to their feelings, right? They need to listen to that divine feminine energy within the self and bring themselves into inner union. They need to get close with themselves. They need to respect themselves. They need to find balance and peace within themselves and create new opportunities to give themselves second chances, right? To give themselves a second chance at life, to give themselves a second chance at harmony. Let's roll the astro dice. And then we're going to get into the pendulum questions. So if you have your 5 questions, great. If you do not have your 5 questions, make sure you write them now. They are yes or no questions. And you do not have to put them in the chat. That's between you and you, okay? We've got Virgo energy, we've got Uranus energy, and we've got 10th house energy. So Uranus is also Aquarius and the 11th house. Virgo is also Mercury and the 6th house, and the 10th house is Capricorn and Saturn. Someone has to put their revelation to good use. Be disciplined, right, about higher order. Be disciplined with their higher perspective, their new perspective on life. Someone is going to need extreme discipline with themselves. They're going to have to seriously restrict their desire to rebel and go off the harmonious path. That's going to be a real thing. And if they do have addictions, they're going to have to let that go. Because I'm just being guided to the other face of the dice that's looking at me, and it's Scorpio in reverse with the moon in the 11th house. They're going to have to let go of the addictions and this idea or this fantasy that they can take it forward. They're going to have strict discipline with the higher order of things and act according to that higher discipline. If they want a new reality, they have to be new, which means really holding that past snake at bay. On a real note, real discipline is going to be required. All right. Getting into the pendulum questions. Archangel Michael, I call you in as the only guide and voice for this pendulum to answer. Can you show me a clear back and forth for yes? Thank you. Stop. Can you show me a clear left to right for no? Thank you. Stop. Can you show me a counterclockwise circle if they need to rephrase the question? Thank you. Stop. And can you show me a clear clockwise circle if they already know the answer? Thank you. Stop. Okay, Archangel Michael. What is the answer to their first question? Yes. Thank you. Stop. What is the answer to their second question? No. Thank you. Stop. What is the answer to their third question? They already know the answer. The answer is yes. You already knew that. Thank you. Stop. What is the answer to their fourth question? No. Thank you. Stop. What is the answer to the fifth question? Yes. Thank you. Stop. Archangel Michael's letting me know that someone was torn between questions. There's a sixth question. What is the answer to the sixth question? No. Thank you. Stop. Are there any other questions that I should answer? No. Thank you. Stop. Archangel Michael, thank you, thank you, thank you. In the highest, for you, we are eternally grateful. Let's get into the guidance. I'm being pulled to Kuan Yin. You're welcome, Rita. You're welcome. Your angels are always with you. Your angels are always with you. Okay, Spirit, what is the guidance, please, for whomever needs it in this beautiful divine time that they're catching the message? Ivory Swan Goddess. Card number 15. It says, did I seriously damn near open right up to it? That's fucking awesome. Okay. It says, the Ivory Swan Goddess speaks of spiritual grace and purity. The purity of your soul light never fades, beloved. Release guilt, shame, judgment, or fear that you are not enough in any way, so that you may realize your beauty, be more of yourself, and shine your divine essence into the world. Do not cast your eyes away from the perception of your own divine inner light in all its purity and radiance. You may find it easier to believe in the illusion of sins and unworthiness than in the truth of your spiritual innocence. Yet just like the purity, beauty, and grace of the ivory swan goddess, your own soul is luminous, pure, and eternally graceful. You are being asked to recognize the divine energy within you without holding yourself back from unconditional self-acceptance and regard. It is time to accept your divinity in greater measure, to be present to the pure light within and not try to ignore it, downplay it, or worry that it is not enough. No matter what has happened in your life, or what experiences or choices you have made, your soul light is as pure as the divine source itself, because essentially that is what it is. There is no need for spiritual shame or feelings of inadequacy. The light within all of us is exactly the same. We are in just different stages of realizing it. Kuan Yin, ivory swan goddess, wishes to bestow divine grace upon you, beloved soul, to assist your spiritual growth at this important time on your path. For this to occur, you must be willing and able to receive. As you choose to let shame simply be a feeling and let it go, as you choose not to empower judgment, condemnation, or criticism of the self by you or by any other, you are walking the path of remembering the essential soul purity of all beings. This is a peaceful and joyful path. You become capable of seeing the God and goddess shining out at you in the most unlikely of people, situations, and experiences. You are opening to receive the grace that beloved Kuan Yin wishes to share with you now, to help you live more joyfully in such a state of spiritual remembrance. Allow her to bless you with her grace as you remember the spiritual purity of your own being, free from taint, judgment, or flaw. If you have encountered betrayal, violation, and misunderstanding in this lifetime, if you have committed such things, you can still ascend as a soul of pure light with deep compassion, a being of grace. That's deep. This card is deep. It's a reminder of divine perfection, which is a card that came out it's a card that I was guided to when I was doing the September reads, specifically for Virgo. And with the eclipse cycle going on in real time, this is a reminder that you can make quote unquote mistakes. You can be in a prolonged villain era. It might be all you know. But at the end of the day, when a cycle is over, a cycle is over. And your villain era, the worst of your worst, was still divine. It was still divine. Whether you are in your bleeding empath mode, martyring yourself and sacrificing yourself into the ground villain era against yourself, or if you were a narcissist and pushing love away and hurting other people that loved you because you didn't know how to receive it, and your villain era hurt other people, including yourself, it doesn't matter what quote unquote mistakes you think you made. They served the highest. The darkness serves the light. And if you are ready to let a certain era go for a new one, it is divine. The person that you were may have served you and others for a time, but it's not the service you're being guided to moving forward. How you serve reflects what you are willing and able to accept of your own receiving. If your villain era kept you safe from feelings and now all you want to do is feel, then yeah, you might have to let go of the narcissistic tendencies. You might have to let go of the addictions. You might have to forgive yourself and others and choose new. And choose new based off of what you feel deserving of receiving, what you wish to receive, what you desire to experience. If you don't want to experience pain or suffering anymore, then yeah, your villain era, the time is done. The time of your villain era is done. Hurting yourself or hurting other people, blind empath, blind narcissist. You want vision now. You want vision. You don't want to be blind anymore. You're ready for divine sight. You are ready to receive better. And everything that you've done and everything that you've received from others up until this point got you to where you are. It got them to where they are. It was divinely perfect for the process of healing and growth. So don't judge yourself. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty for who you were. Be grateful for the experience and allow yourself to find more gratitude in new experiences. You could have been a certain way for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, for as long as you can fucking remember. And if you decide that it is time for something new and you want to break free of the old chains, the enslavement to those who would use your low energy against you, if you want to break free from those cycles, you can glow up. You can wish for better. You can take a break and relax and find balance and peace and mutual respect and unity and closeness with higher aligned souls like yourself. Like yourself. Do not forget the purity that is your soul. You are not tainted. You are not broken. You are not damaged. You were playing the divine role to divine perfection that you needed to play up until this point. And now you are in a space of divine remembering who you really are. Who you really are when the labels are gone and the names are gone and the masks and the hats that you wear are gone. You are divine. It was all perfect. There was no mistakes. There's no reason to hate. There's no reason to blame. There's no reason to shame yourself or others. Be so grateful for the journey that you've been on. Be so grateful for people being who they were. Because you're you now. You're remembering now what's really important. And it's not your name. And it's not your job. And it's not your labels. And it's not your roles. It's not how much money you make. It's who you are in soul that matters the most. And the notion, the brilliant notion that you can genuinely achieve and receive anything it is you want to achieve and receive with the right alignment for it. If it's going to take discipline, it takes discipline. If it's going to take divine reminders and healthy boundaries, good. Let fear serve you. Let fear serve you, because what you fear, you will never You will never partake in the things that would risk the loss of what you love. Be aware of your fear. Don't give in to it. Let it serve you. Know that you are worthy, and you will never partake in choices that would keep you from the life and the energy that you know now that you are worthy of receiving. You will never be blind again. You will never hold anger and harbor hatred and resentment and blame others again. I came across a quote yesterday. It says, if you feel like someone has ruined your life, you're right. It's you. And you can unruin it. And you can unruin it. That was the pre-shuffle energy, right? Someone realizing they chose something and that they can also unchoose something. That wishes can be granted, multiple wishes. That healthy boundaries need to be established, but that reunions, at the very least within the self, are possible. You can experience peace at last. It all came out in the pre-shuffle. This is what this whole reading is about. You are not separate from spirit. Ever. You have never been. You aren't now. And you never will be. You have never been separate from spirit. If you have never been separate from spirit, how could you hate yourself for choices that you made? You've never been separate from spirit. There's no coincidences. There's no mistakes. How could you hate yourself or anybody else? We are all teachers and students, simultaneously so, teachers and students. We are all learning and teaching at the same time. Thank your teachers. Hold gratitude for the role you've gotten to play as a teacher. And thank the divine for allowing you to be a student, to learn back to it, back to yourself, your capital S self with spirit. That all of these lifetimes you've spent working on yourself, that you have succeeded to see, to evolve, to hold gratitude, to accept beautiful love. Because a breadcrumb of love is more powerful than a whole loaf of hate. A breadcrumb of love is preferable to a whole loaf of hate. And it took a long time to come to this realization. Be so grateful that you did. Be grateful for the Queen Mother in this read. Know they will figure it out. They'll be fine. You don't have to stick around martyring yourself or enslaving yourself to your low energy under them. You can be free if you choose it. You can communicate if you choose it. What is meant for you, trust it. Whatever the result, trust it. We are all teaching and learning. Trust the result. Do not be afraid. Fear is the only thing that will actually keep you from achieving what it is you want to achieve. You can't give in to fear and let it stop you. You can become aware of it and tell it to get out of your way. Respectfully, of course. So with that, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the read. I'm going to go make some mashed potatoes. I was cooking my potatoes last night and they're all done and I just got to make them up today. So I'm going to go do that. I'm going to run to the store. I'm going to make potato salad for myself too. I got some homey things to do. But I may be back later. We'll see. I love y'all so much. I appreciate you guys for being in the chat. Kelly, Rita, Bridget, thank you guys. Everybody who popped in, dropped likes, all the new subscribers, thank you so much for taking the time to do that. I appreciate seeing y'all here. and being with me here. And I look forward to serving you guys in the highest. Forever, now, and always. You're canning apples? Nice. Nice. I love it. All right, guys. Take care. Bye.